All right, we are live. Good evening, everybody. You have tuned in to Black Wealth Empowerment Live. We're happy you decided to be with us. This is episode 123, brothers and sisters. 123. You are participating in another historical epic broadcast here at Black Wealth Empowerment Live. So I want you to go ahead and clear your mind and clear your space and clear your area, because we have a special message for you today. You know, we're winding down on this year. 2017 is closing out very, very quickly. And before you know it, 2018 will be here. So we don't want to blink and miss these last 3 months of the year. So we want to, here at Black Wealth Empowerment, help you and help all of us to grasp and get the most out of these last 3 months of the year. My name is Daryl Muhammad, coming to you live from Houston, Texas, post Hurricane Harvey. We're recuperating, brothers and sisters. Thank you very much for your donation, your prayers, and pray for all those that are affected by God's wrath on America and on this world. So thank you, thank you, thank you. Welcome to this exciting broadcast. As always, I'm not here alone, right? I got the co-hosts here. They've been sticking and staying and working through this process, brothers and sisters. See, one thing we have to understand as Black people is that we have to stick and stay. We have to go through the process. And if you participate over time in the group, you should be able to see yourself grow. You should be able to see the growth of the group and those that are leading the charge in that group. And definitely my co-hosts, they are definitely growing. I mean, if you just stay here long enough and watch and be very attentive, you can see the growth and development that's taking place here, starting from us and then moving and pushing in to our membership and to you. So with that being said, I have no other than a man that has traveled the country, traveled the world. He's just taking a little break right now, working on personal development, self-improvement, so he can be better in serving and living up to his purpose. No other than our very own, the Courage Coach, Rodney Assad Muhammad. Brother Rodney, are you there?
Yes, sir, Brother Daryl. I am here. Peace. Assalamu alaikum. Welcome, Black Wealth Empowerment family. I am Rodney Assad Muhammad, your Courage Coach. Thank you again for joining us on this broadcast. This is amazing. Brother Daryl, I'll just real quick share this with everybody. I was looking at my Facebook feed, and it showed like memories. I do the memories thing, and I saw 3 years ago a broadcast, BWE broadcast 3 years ago. And it's just so powerful to see that BWE has been in motion for all these years. And we were doing a lot of powerhouse broadcasts back then. And so, brothers and sisters, it's really about that, like that kind of longevity, that kind of consistency. And that's what it's about. So when you're going through these broadcasts, when you're going back through some of the older broadcasts, as you listen to future broadcasts, I know you will do, just keep in mind that it's not a one-time shot. It's not a quick fix. It's a sustaining effort sustaining right efforts that'll help us grow and develop in our lives. Every little bit matters. Every little bit counts, because if you keep adding a little bit more after a while, you'll have a big giant mountain if you do it long enough. So that's what it's about, brothers and sisters. So thank you for joining us. Thank you for taking time out of your busy schedule to spend it with us. We appreciate you. And so we're going to keep going on with the broadcast, but you better start getting your fingers warmed up, because you got to let some people know that we are on live. You got to share this with other people. Do not hide this light under a bushel basket. It's enough stuff to go around, so there's no lack of stuff. Nobody's going to lose if you win. Right? If somebody else wins, doesn't mean you lost. That's not what that means. Now, if you run in a race on a track, they have set requirements. You start, you run, it's the finish line, it's a little tape. Whoever gets through the tape first, they considered the winner. That's how that works. But that's that arena. You get more touchdowns to another team, that you get a winner. But those are made up games. Those are just made up games. But in the game of life, there's actually no winners or losers. Well, there is, but not in the way we look at it. The only winner or loser is those who do and those who don't. Those who choose to take action, those who don't choose it. Those are the winners and losers. But if you go after it, you get in there and get in the game and start playing it out and do the absolute best that you can do with the talents you've been given, I promise you, you're going to win every time. It's just like Brother Daryl, this is not a game of chance. It's like you're going to win every single time. brothers and sisters, this is the right place to be at the right time. So I'm going to swing it back over to Brother Daryl as we get ready to switch over to our Sister Brandon. I think, Sister Brandon, you need to turn your screen the other way because right now you got your sideways and you can't go that way. Yeah, that's how that's going to work. All right, so we're going to swing it over. Matter of fact, we're going to swing it over to our membership coordinator, Sister Brandy. Now that she's right side up, she was trying to come to us at a 45-degree angle and, you know, really get it set up.
She was looking upside her head, brother, like, what?
Right, like, what did he say?
What y'all talking about, man? Just roll it over to me. Let me set this straight.
Go ahead, bro.
Listen, Brother Darren, Brother Rodney, members, don't fret, okay? Don't fret. Listen, officially, I was just trying to work on some things, trying to figure out how it would look right on my end, recognizing now that it wasn't. That's okay. The good thing is I was able to change it and move on. That's the message for today. We are out. Have a good night. Okay. Jokes. Okay. Sister Brandy here, your membership coordinator. Excited to be here. Once again, we are at episode 123. Praise be to the God. It's going up today. As Brother Darren, Brother Rodney, I don't know if they already said, today is how to turn your dreams into reality. Get ready, as Brother Darren, Brother Rodney stated. Get your pen and pad out. Let the world know that we are here live and in action. Also, don't forget to add your name, your mosque or study group, church, synagogue, whatever organization you participate in. And also let us know who you are, a little bit more detail about you. If you have a business page, put that information in the post so we can approve you, so we can let the world know who you are and what you're doing, so we can continue to network as beautiful, amazing members of Black Wealth Empowerment. I look forward to talking to you again soon about turning my dream into reality and yours as well. God willing. Peace.
All right. Thank you, Sister Brandy. Thank you, Brother Rodney Assad. Brothers and sisters, it's about taking action, especially here at Black Wealth Empowerment Live. That's what this is about, and you really need to get active in the private, elusive, exclusive Facebook group, because you're missing some real good messages from all of our members who are participating. But last week we had two powerful messages from our co-hosts here. We had a powerful message from Sister Brandy, and we had another powerful message from the Courage Coach. Brothers and sisters, you got to participate, right? Like they say, you can't win if you don't play. So you have to play. Now we're doing everything we can to get you engaged, and we're gonna start doing some other creative things as we wind down this 2017. And we said last week that the way you want to get your 2018 off to a great start is how you end 2017. And you're going to see that, and you are seeing that right now here at Black Wealth Empowerment Live. Not by us, y'all should do it, y'all should do it. You're seeing that from us, the host, going live in the group during the week in conjunction to Sunday's broadcast. So you all have to do the same too, right? If you're not practicing here, then where are you practicing, right? If you're members here and you're showing up, but you're not engaged, then where are you engaged at? I'm a big Prince fan, and I've been watching different clips and videos that other people that work with Prince are saying about him. And they said this man did music every day, every waking hour he was doing music. Now, of course, we might not want to go to that extreme, but the other extreme is not good either. So we have to find somewhere in between there, the activity that's required for the results that we want in our lives. And if you and I are not getting the results that we want in our lives, then we probably need to gravitate towards the Prince application of doing versus what we're doing right now. So brothers and sisters, we wanted to share that with you. We want to welcome you to Black Wealth Empowerment Live broadcast 123. Now, some of you guys are watching us here at our private platform here, our BWE platform. That's just for us. This is a platform that we put together just to broadcast here. Now, recently, we've launched our own YouTube channel. All right, at YouTube. Black Wealth Empowerment has now its own YouTube channel where we've put up several hundred, I think close to 300 of these broadcasts, or maybe a little bit less. I'm not sure. I don't remember. But the bottom line is now you can go to YouTube and you'll find all the previous broadcasts of Black Wealth Empowerment Live. As a matter of fact, if you're subscribed to that channel, then now you have an option to watch it either here in the private platform, all right, or you can watch it there on YouTube. All right, you can watch it live right now on YouTube. And since, like I said, we're finishing 2017 strong here at BWE, so we're expanding, right? We're trying to reach more people. All right, we're reaching more people. We're putting ourselves in more avenues, if you will, or media platforms. And we're going to continue, and we're going to fine tune, and we're going to do all that's necessary to perfect this new technology. Because whoever's the best at perfecting this new technology will benefit the most from the new technology. And brothers and sisters, we as a people really have to focus in the perfection of the usage of that of the new technology to deliver our message, right? We're real good at consumption, but we have to learn how to master these social media platforms and this new technology for the deliverance of our message. And just about all of our members have some type of message to deliver. Okay, now this is the hour of power, brothers and sisters. We're waiting for, you know, some of the late but never people to show up, because this is a powerful, powerful message. How to turn your dreams into reality. You know, that's one of the most often, you know, questions or you know, wonders of those who have dreams. How do I manifest my dreams? I mean, I have these aspirations, but I'm so far from them, and it doesn't look like I'm getting any closer, and I'm getting frustrated, and I want to give up, and a lot of people do give up, or they lower their goals, right? Instead of them going up to where their dreams are, they bring their dreams down to where they are. And that's not the purpose of aspiration. That's not the purpose of God depositing in us a potential and then giving us the desire to want to tap into that potential. We're talking about that here tonight, brothers and sisters. And our job and our mission here at Black Wealth Empowerment is to raise the consciousness of our members when it comes to personal development, self-improvement, and in material manifestation, material wealth. And as the Courage Coach said many, many times before in previous broadcasts, when we talk about wealth, we're talking about the holistic approach to wealth, not just money, but including money. Not just material, but including material. All right. So that's our job. That's our mission, is to raise the consciousness of our members to where we're clear. See, because the higher you go up, the better your view is. The higher you go up, the more you can see the total picture of the reality that exists. And if we're not clear, and if we can't see out into the future, if our vision is not really vision, Courage Coach, is more sight, right? Then that means our consciousness has not been raised enough. So all of our subjects, right? All the information that we deliver here is with that sole purpose in mind. And if you do like Sister Brandy has done, and if you've done like countless other members have done, is taken it, digested, and took it out, then you, like the rest of us, will be able to see more clearly. We'll have a vision and not just sight. So how to turn your dreams into reality. And I mean, I'm gonna let the coach really just let the spirit guide him on this, because see, that's really, it's really in the inspirational understanding of this, because you got to take it from the abstract of a dream and bring it into the reality. All right. And there's a lot in that, but it comes from our understanding of the abstract, the unseen, the dream. And that's what we have to understand. And we're going to attempt to help peel back the onion, right? To help give you some levity so we all can benefit from whatever it is that God has deposited in us to share with you and for you to share with us in the private, elusive, exclusive Facebook page. Brothers and sisters, this is the hour of power. We don't have a lot of time to waste, a lot of time to even spend, right? Let alone waste, because things are moving fast. Things are moving very, very fast. With that being said, I'm going to roll it back over to the Courage Coach and Sister Brandy, and then we'll come back. We'll say a few more words, and then we'll get into this subject the best we can in the limited time that we have, right? How to turn your dreams into reality. We all should want to do that. Those of us who have dreams, who have aspirations. So Courage Coach, we're going to roll it back over to you so you can just kind of let us know what to expect and kind of what the Spirit has put on you, because the Courage Coach, you know, I got notes. Sister Brandy do notes, but Courage Coach, you know, he don't do no notes. He doesn't do notes, right? He just opens his mouth and let what God has already deposited in him flow freely. So let's roll over to Courage Coach, and he's going to, you know, get this thing revved up. We'll swing it over to Sister Brandy, and then we'll officially get this party started. Courage Coach,
Yes.
swinging it back over to you.
Yes, sir, Brother Daryl. Thank you, Brother Daryl, and welcome. Thank you again, members, those of you just joining us. I am Rodney Assad Muhammad, your Courage Coach. Yes, Brother Daryl, you know, how to turn our dreams into reality, how to live our dreams. This is an important piece. This is an important piece. There are a lot of important pieces, but this is a very important piece of the puzzle that a lot of people don't know how to put the parts in the right place or put the pieces in the right places to really unlock the fullness of the puzzle. So that way that what you got in your mind, you can actually see it physically in your reality and all those things. We'll go into that. Notes, yeah, you know, I tried to take the Brother Minister Farrakhan approach to that. So when the Elijah Muhammad told him don't use notes, I figured, okay, he might have meant us too. So I figured let's just follow the play, follow the leader, and just speak what's in our hearts. And so although sometimes people do have notes, there's just little things that are reminders, if you will, and that's okay. That's not really having notes when you have just keywords that are reminders, so that way you can get across as much of the material or information that you want to get across and not miss something. Sometimes when the Spirit moves us, we'll get on a certain path, and there's some other areas that we definitely wanted to cover, and sometimes having them written down will help us to go back and cover those points that we knew we wanted to get across before the Spirit of God kind of moved in our lives and had us go down a certain path. And so notes are fine. You don't want to, little notes are fine, but you don't want to have like sheets of paper that you're reading. This is what I'm going to say. That's corny and whack. And so, brothers and sisters, you're in the right place at the right time, doing the right thing, because if you want to know how to turn your dreams to reality, this is the place you want to be right now, today. Now, one thing I do want to say, Brother Daryl, I've been doing a lot of things this week, and just a lot of great stuff. So I'm trying to pick up some new. I'm working on picking up new clients. Not trying, but I'm working on picking up some new clients to do different things in technology and other things. And so one of my clients called me up. First conversation. This is something I've been talking about in one of my classes. First conversation, she asked out of the ballpark, home run kind of pitch conversation. She went straight in, but something that most people, unless you really going through this every day, you be struggling to answer the question. And so soon she asked the question, I said, right off the top, you gonna go for that level? She was like, we just going straight in. We're not even trying to mix no words right now. I was like, well, let's do it. And it showed me something. You know, one thing we have to do is we have to be ready in our lives for whatever comes. But also, here's something I do want to say other than that. The lady asked me a question and I didn't know the answer to. I said, you know what, ma'am, I have not engaged that enough to even answer that question. She said, okay, that's fair enough. I said, because I have no idea about that. And I'm okay with that. It doesn't bother me at all to say I don't know. It's actually a good thing. It's empowering me, because you know what I did after I got off the phone with her? I said, let me go find out. And now I know about it and say, ding, now somebody asked me again. I'm like, bam, I'm in, I'm ready, I'm for you, I'm right here for you. And so, brothers and sisters, that's the kind of way we want to live our lives. We'll get into that and more in future broadcasts. But tonight, get ready, lock in, get your pen and pad ready. I don't know which way we're going to go with this, but I pray to Almighty God Allah that he takes me wherever he wants me to go, and to help me, you, and everybody else who watches the broadcast. Brother, I'm going to swing it back over to you so we can keep this hour of power rolling.
All right, all right. Thank you very much, Brother Rodney. Thank you very much. You know, brothers and sisters, you know, when the consciousness has been raised or is being risen, then it means that our awareness is more acute. Is more sensitive. We're more aware of what's going on in our environment. You know, and as we as Black people, we have to have that certain type of sensitivity as it pertains to something in our community, right? Meaning anywhere that it affects Black people, even though it may not be financial, but it's affecting Black people, some remnants of our community, so we can be made alert and aware of what's going on. You know, they have that in the jungle. If a certain animal makes a noise, even though you might not be a part of that animal, even more so if you're part of the lion kingdom, then you're made aware of the roar of the tiger when they're roaring, right? So it kind of brings everybody to alertness, a higher level of alertness, of consciousness. So that's how we have to understand it, brothers and sisters. And we see a lot of things happening in our community here recently. You know, President Trump made some outlandish comments about how the NFL owners should respond to those, in particular us, that kneel down for the national anthem, and just kind of see the effect that is having, how the whole teams are now kneeling down in protest. You have the owners of the team kneeling down with the players. You have some teams that are not even showing up on the football field doing the national anthem. So, brothers and sisters, we have to make aware of that. And why do I bring that up? Because, see, we're not absent of what's happening in the greater environment, in the greater society. We at least should be aware of what's going on a greater scale, so we can see how that may affect what we want to do in our personal lives and our personal aspirations. Not that you should so much adjust your plan and strategy, right? But you're aware of the environment that you're trying to implement your strategy in. So in case things do accelerate, you won't be caught, right, off guard. You won't be caught wondering what's going on. You'll have some sense of awareness to be more, you know, agile and making moves and doing something different. That is the purpose of being conscious and being raised to a higher level of consciousness, so we can adjust to things that are happening around us in our lives, so we can always make the most intelligent choice. The most intelligent choice. That's the only thing we're required to do, is make the most intelligent choice at that particular time. Intelligent choice, not emotion or absence of emotion, right? That should not factor in what we do, when we should do it, and how we should do it. All right. So, brothers and sisters, that's what this is about. That's what this live broadcast is about. Black Wealth Empowerment Live. That's what it's about. And it comes from all of us living this higher level of consciousness on a daily basis. And how do you live that higher level of consciousness? You have to be a practitioner. You have to practice in consciousness. You have to practice in awareness, right? You have to stay engaged in life, not just your life, but engaged in life as a whole. All right. So with that being said, we're warming up. See, we're warming up. You know, brothers and sisters, life is like this, right? Before you work out, you warm up. Before you exercise, you warm up, right? Before the football players go out, they warm up. Before athletes, they warm up. What about in life, right? What about in life? You don't warm up before you start your day. You don't warm up when you make shifts in different areas where it requires a higher level of energy. You should. That's what we're doing in this first 15, 20 minutes, 30 minutes of BWE. So you got to do the same, right? That's why this first 30 minutes, we just, you know, kind of get started, and we're warming up, and we give you a chance to get here so you can participate, either live here in our BWE broadcast platform, or YouTube Live or on the replay. All right? It doesn't matter to us, because the beautiful thing about technology in these platforms like YouTube, once you put it out there, it's there forever. It's called evergreen. It's forever green. It stays out there and it's fresh and new each and every time you watch it. All right, brothers and sisters. So that's what we're doing here. That's what you need to do, right? You know, Courage Coach, maybe we need to come on and talk about the role of the mentor and the mentee, right? Because we need to understand, you know, black folks, you got to really break stuff down to us, especially in this unfamiliar space that we attempt, or that we actually address here at BWE. A teacher should never outwork the student. The student should always outwork the teacher. The student should always be more tired at the end of the class than the teacher. If not, then something's wrong. That has to be reversed. So brothers and sisters, you have to outwork us. See, and all the energy that we give, you have to match it and then beat it. And you might ask the question, but Brother Darrell, how do I do that? I'm so glad you asked. We got something for you. You know how you do that? There's some tabs right above this broadcast in our private broadcast platform, or below in YouTube, wherever it is, right? You need to hit them, right? You need to press them. Let me give you the instructions. The first one is Facebook Live. You can just kind of hit that a couple of times throughout the broadcast. That lets Facebook know that you like our page. Then the next one is Facebook share button. This is where you have to type in something. Here's what you need to type in. Hashtag BWE Hangout, we are live. Hashtag BWE Hangout, we are live. All right. And that'll send it out to your news feed, and I have a link below there for them to hit and just join us. That's like one of them free invitations. That's like, you know, here's a coupon for a free something for being my guest. That's what that is. Same thing on Twitter. You hit Twitter, hashtag BWE Hangout, we are live. Then you have what, Instagram and Pinterest and some others. So you hit those right now. Do that right now, brothers and sisters. It's time for you now to catch up where we are on the activity, right? And bypass us as we go along in this broadcast. Go ahead and do that right now. We call this the social media flash mob dance, right? Social media flash mob dance. So you need to hit those buttons right now and do it every 3 minutes, right? If you do something just one time, just know that's never enough. One time is never enough to even put change in motion. So don't think you've done something when you've done anything just once. That's not good enough. You're just doing that so you can say I've done something, but you're not doing that to get results, right? So every 3 minutes, 4 minutes, hit those social media buttons. Put the hashtag BWE Hangout, and then you can put in some notes, a nugget that you just received, or just say, hey, join us. You're missing out, or whatever it is. Do that every 3 minutes. All right. So let's swing it over to Sister Brandy. She's going to give you some instructions on what you need to do. We brought on some new members. Brother Rodney Assad did that last week, brought on some new members during the week. So I don't know if we have any to bring on now. I think I saw one. So Sister Brandy, if you vetted that person, great. If not, give the members who are watching live on the replay, tell them what they need to do for those that are already been accepted. Tell them how they can scroll down and see that, you know how to see that this person's been added as a new member, and give them their instructions. And then I think we'll be ready to talk about how to turn your dreams into reality. Go ahead, Sister Brandy, take it away.
Yes, sir, Brother Darrell. Thank you. So members, as you already know, all we have to do is go through the stream. On the right-hand side, it has where the new members are. Brother Darrell, Brother Rodney vetted those members last week. So all you have to do is go through, find those new members, and welcome them, to Black Wealth Empowerment, and remind them that they are in the right place at the right time. Because as we know, hospitality is quality, and it's necessary to ensure that we continue to get quality members. We always want to make sure that we say hey to our new members, peace, welcome, you're in the right place, because it helps them to feel empowered and also letting them know that they're in the right place. In addition to that, we also want to make sure that for those members who have already been, working on the BWE end as members, making sure that you still add your information. It's not too late. We will not necessarily be able to go through the stream and say, hey, welcome sister and brother so-and-so, but definitely still add your information, your website, your telephone number for your business, the My Study Group, whatever organization you participate in, because we as organizers and coordinators of this BWE broadcast, we want to know who is active and live in the group. Okay, as you see, we have over 1,000 members, but we definitely need to know that you're still active and engaged in the process. If you have to catch the replay, that's fine too, but definitely continue to post and share throughout the week, and in particular Sunday evenings. Brother Darrell, I'm gonna send it back to you. I'm ready for the inspirational message for tonight.
All right, thank you very much, Sister Brandy. Thank you for those instructions. Brothers and sisters, we're going to be reaching out to you because we have a big event that we're going to start planning for here at BWE. You heard those of you who watch on a regular basis, who might have watched here recently, Brother Rodney Assad talked about a family reunion. We're going to start working on that on the backside of BWE Live. So we're going to reach out to you. We're going to extend our hour of power for that special event. We're going to promote it. We're going to have a flyer and everything we want you to share. And we're going to bring on our members who've actually have taken this platform, the message of this platform, and used it to take their dreams and turn them into reality. And we're going to bring those so you can know who they are, so you can know that it works. You can know that it'll work if you work it. You'll know the power of this message that we have here at Black Wealth Empowerment Live. Okay, so let me do something real quick. I'm multitasking over here, but brothers and sisters, we want to make sure that you become as successful as possible, because that's what life is all about. Bear with me here. This is live, so there's no editing here. We live with this piece over here, Bro Rodney Assad. We're gonna bring on our courage coach. Let me go ahead and do that, and I can continue with what we're doing, what I'm trying to multitask over here. All right, brothers and sisters, we're at that time. We're at the bottom of the hour. We're halfway through the hour of power. We have a very, very special message for you tonight entitled How to Turn Your Dreams into Reality. You know, that's, I would say, probably one of the most often thought about and asked question in some form, shape, or fashion for those of us who have some kind of, a desire in life, who have goals in life, who want to achieve more than what we have in life. That, I'm sure, is a thought. How do I get from where I am, from the thoughts in my mind, these ideas in these minds, these things that I want to do? How do I go out there and manifest them? That is the million-dollar question for most of us. How do I go do that? So we're always going to seminars like me, always buying books like me, always on live streams from thought leaders and leaders in different space of concentration, and trying to find out, what is it? What is the ingredient for me? What is the formula, the recipe specifically for me that I need to put together and go through the process of trial and error to find out how to take what I believe God has given and deposited in me as my potential in this life and bring it into reality. We have no better person to do that but our brother, Rodney Assad Muhammad, who is the courage coach, who has, for I don't know how long, 20 plus years that I know have shared countless hours of his time, sharing with people not his opinion, not what he heard somebody say, not what he thinks might work, but he has been doing what he knows, he has practiced, he has implemented, and he knows that the science of God and the universe backs what he shares with his clients. And you get that for free, brothers and sisters, right? You get that for free. Now, I don't know about you, But many times I give him subjects that I want to know about so I can learn something from what he shares. We are now have entered into the inspirational part of tonight's broadcast with our brother, the Courage Coach. Take it away, Brother Rodney.
Yes, sir, Brother Joe. Thank you again. Thank you, Sister Brandy, and thank you, the members, for joining us on Black Wealth Empowerment, the Hour of Power. Now, I am Rodney Asad Muhammad, your Courage Coach. So you know, if you do know, you know. But if you don't know, get ready to know that we bring it a little bit differently. I'm not sure. I'm not a classically trained motivational speaker where I do the proper hand gestures at the right time and all the mechanics of stuff. I will mess up some verb conjugations. I will split some infinitives. I'll speak any Ebonics. It's about being authentic. It's about being authentic. Now, can I do that? Absolutely. Absolutely. I can do that. However, one thing I do try my best to encourage other people to do is speak from the heart, speak what you know, talk about what you know, and don't venture into areas you're not comfortable going, right? Not when you're talking about doing a speech to somebody, because what happens is if you start talking about areas that you're not comfortable, not skilled at, or don't have any clue about, and there's nobody that you can bring up, say so-and-so knows about that, come up and share something with everybody about that, then what happens is you'll catch somebody that'll throw you a curveball that you're not ready to swing at, and it's just going to destroy your whole credibility. So if you're not bold enough to stand up in front of a room full of people, say, I have no idea, and keep it moving, right? And then don't even stand up and do it, all right? Now, brothers and sisters, one thing that I do want to share with you all about this subject of how to turn our dreams into reality. I know a lot of times we hear about that. People talk about, you know, my dreams, and it was something that we shared on the live broadcast in the Private Exclusive Facebook group a few days ago. And that was prompted by Sister Brandy's powerful message. It just really sparked something in me, and about, you know, having accountability partners and things like that. Well, one thing I do want you all to keep in mind is the word dream. Let's just start right there. Right off the top, let's talk about dream. We talked about before, you got to get these words defined, because words can trip us up, and we'll sometimes use statements and phrases that we've heard. And I'll tell you right now, brothers and sisters, most of the phrases that you hear and repeat like mantras, they came from broke people. And broke people are probably number one purveyors or promoters of the sayings, right? So check some of these cliches and hip jargon sayings that you hear a lot and say, wait a minute, who came up with that? Because if you think about it a little bit, most of that stuff is dumb. And I'll say, somebody will say something, and I'll say, that sounds stupid. That's stupid. I think I got that from my mama. My mama will say that in a minute. That sounds stupid. And so, brothers and sisters, you got to have a mind of critical analysis. Most people do not practice critical thinking. We hear stuff, we just let it float into our brains and get down in our psyche, and we can't figure out why we all messed up, right? And so we don't want to be like the Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan says, information swine. We don't want to be information swine, where every time somebody throws some information slop on the ground, you just slop it all up, and like he said, you can't figure out why you're so sick, right? And so we want to be real critical about what we allow into our minds. So let's talk about the word dream, so we're not tripped up by the words. Now, dream have two different definitions depending on what, you know, where you're at in the journey, and what you're talking about will determine where it falls. But dream, in the first instance, it says a series of thoughts, images, and sensations. Thoughts, images, and sensations occurring in a person's mind during sleep. Okay, it's dream in one context. Now, the next context, dream, is to contemplate the possibility of doing something, or that something might be the case, or that might be done. So the possibility of doing something, or that something might be done or be put into reality. So two ways to dream. You can dream thoughts, images while you sleep, or you can dream about the possibility of doing or accomplishing things in your life. How to turn our dreams into reality. Now, if you're doing the first way of dreaming, brothers and sisters, that's a rough one right there, because the first way of dreaming during sleep, most people don't sleep with a pen and pad by their bedside. You should all do that. Every one of us should do that. Have a pen and pad right by your bedside. and the books you're working on reading, right? And studying, things you're studying should be right by your bedside. That way, if Allah God puts something on your heart and mind in the middle of the night, or something just come to you, you have that aha moment, wake you up out of your sleep. You can write it down. Never, ever, ever do you get something, it was in your mind, you wake up, so oh, that was beautiful, that was a powerful, oh, that's gonna work, and then you go lay back down, so I'm gonna deal with that, and when I get up, bang, wrong answer. It ain't gonna come back the way you thought. It will not come back the way you thought. I'll give you a quick example of that. Many years ago, when I was a younger person, I had this idea for a song. And this song, this is back when I was in the music industry. And so, you know, I'm doing a lot of music for a lot of artists. I mean, really, like I said before, we shopping major label deals and Motown and Jive and Arista and A&M, all the stuff we were doing. Very, very fun stuff, though. 17, 18 years old was pretty fun. And so one day I was sleeping, and this song just came to and popped in my head. Man, the song was amazing, amazing. But instead of me getting up and recording right then and there, at least just put in my little recorder or something at the moment, I figured, nah, that was so dope. I'm going to remember this for all time. This song is going to be a monster hit. And so I went back to sleep. And then I got up. You see that transition? I did that right there. Then I got up. Whew. I was like, what was that again? Wait, it went kind of gone. Poof, pow, gone. Now, fast forward. I moved to LA maybe 7, 8 years later, and I'm recording with this brother and everything cool. Well, we ride in the car, and I turn the radio on, and I hear the melody of the song. It's the exact same melody. I'm like, oh snap, I came up with this song like 8 years ago. It was in my head. I didn't write it down because I was sleeping. I said, I'll just get up and write it down later. And that was a bad mistake. Now, will it happen the same way for you? No, maybe not. But the point is, brothers and sisters, that if you're sleeping like physical sleep, now I'm not talking about the other kind of sleep like you dare to the knowledge of self sleep. We're not even going there right now. I'm talking about you are physically in the bed sleep, and an idea, a thought comes to your mind. Wake up, write it down immediately. Even if it's very cryptic and whatever you write down is just enough to make some half sense, write that down. Second way of dreaming, contemplating the possibility of doing something. That's really what most people are talking about when they say, I have a lot of dreams and aspirations and goals. Now, one thing I did some years ago, I did this. I don't know if you all can see that. This is Meet the Goal Strategies for Self-Improvement. You all see that? Meet the Goal Strategies for Self-Improvement. Now, this came as a result of me sitting in a workshop. I wasn't a speaker then. I was just doing work in IT. I was making, not making, because I didn't make money. So that's what the Federal Reserve does. I was earning roughly about $67K a year, pretty much doing nothing. That's chicken feed, but it's what it was. And so I went to a workshop from a friend of mine that I hadn't seen in nearly 20 years. And I'm sitting there and just, I'm blown away by the powerful speakers and mentors and coaches. And it just, I'm writing all these notes. I got my folder right over here. All the notes I wrote down, Brother Daryl, this is 15 years ago, right? I'm writing all these notes down, all this stuff. And then Allah, God, put on because everybody's talking about set goals. You have to set goals and set goals. I said, well, everybody talking about setting goals, but gosh darn it, ain't nobody talking about how to meet them. But that was a Farrakhan moment. Excuse me. I say it that way, not in a disrespectful way. That was an Honorable Mr. Louis Farrakhan moment, right? For me in my life. I'm like, ain't nobody talking about meeting the darn goals. So you know what I did, brothers and sisters? I left the meeting at that moment, went upstairs to my hotel room and said, meet the goal. Meet the goal. Let me go on GoDaddy right now. Meetthegoal.com. It says is available. I said, Allahu Akbar. I pulled out my credit card, made that purchase, went back downstairs feeling so accomplished. Now, I don't know why I feel so accomplished because I ain't had a website. I don't even know what I'm going to do with a website, but I just knew something compelled me to go up there, lock that down, come back. Now, I was amazed it was available. Now, let me fast forward real quick. When I had got Meet the Goal, I told my friend, my website, got my emails, meetthegoal.com. He said, Meet the Goal. How the heck you get that? I said, I don't know. I just went upstairs. He said, Man, he said, that was synchro destiny at work. He said, because that should have been gone. But it was for me. It was for me. And so, brothers and sisters, here's how it happens. Just real quick, I'm showing you dreams and reality and how to live your dreams. And so what I did is after that workshop, I was so blown away by the great speakers and presenters that I saw. And then I got back home fired up, just like you do after church, mosque, whatever meeting you went to, a concert, you fired up. But you know what I did? I didn't let the fired up dissipate. I didn't let the fire die down by time. See, what happens is there's a gap of time that most people allow to happen between getting fired up and taking action. And the longer that gap, the wider that expanse is, the less compressed the energy and the heat and the flame's going to be. See, that's why a torch is so destructive and so constructive, because it's a focused burst. Same thing like a laser. It's focused. That's why I say you have laser focus. If you can tighten it down, the gap between hearing it and doing it got to be so tight that creates the right amount of energy to get it done. It's that fire. And so what I did is I got home, I got on, start getting on these websites, and I got on this article site where you can start submitting articles out there that people can read and put on their websites. And it's called e-zine articles. You definitely want to do that. And so I started writing articles. I started writing articles on my friend's website. There's, private. He had a private location for members only. And that's something with the 19secrets.com. You're going to get involved in those kind of things. And just private environments where you can learn just powerful stuff. And so one thing I did is I started writing, and my friend came to me one day, or he called me up. He says, Rodney, people really, really like and enjoy the things you write. I mean, I see how people respond to what you're writing. This is why. You ever thought about making an audio program? I said, no. He said, well, you should really consider doing that. Matter of fact, just get a little home studio kind of thing set up and just start recording the stuff at home. And I'll introduce you to my people who do all the replication and stuff like that. And that'd be a great thing to do, man. I was like, okay, yeah. So you know what I did? I went and bought everything I needed to buy to have a little home studio. All right, got it all. Some stuff I got on eBay, whatever. It ain't about spending a whole bunch of money. It's about getting it done. And so I did that, start recording all the stuff. So everything I did on the website, I just recorded it, cleaned it up, added some effects, all these things. And then watch, I had told him the first time I had met him after 20 years, I told him while riding the car on our way to an Olive Garden, I said, Jerry, one day I'm going to speak at one of your boot camps. And he starts laughing. He said, he starts laughing like that. Now, I'm 4th degree black belt in martial arts. I'm like, oh man, he almost caught one with that kind of laugh right there. That sounded offensive. And then a couple people in the car was kind of laughing. He was like, Rod, people pay a lot of money to speak at my boot camps, and but Jay, you never know. You hear this guy? This is me saying to people, you hear this guy go speak at one of my boot camps. And I'm sitting there back like, yeah. Now, I don't know. I'm not a speaker at this moment. I have no idea how this is going to happen, how this is going to work, or how it's going to come about. But it's in my mind. It's in my heart. And so as I got back home, I'm doing the articles, doing our stuff. I do the recording. He calls me up. This is like 6-7 months later. He says, Rodney, you know what? You know me differently than everybody else knows me. You know me before all the millions of dollars have come. And would you be willing to come to one of my boot camps? And just talk about how you knew and what our life was like before all this money and all this stuff. And would you be willing to do that? I said, yeah, I can do that. They say, can you talk for about maybe 15 to 30 minutes or so? I said, yeah. Well, what about an hour? You think you could do an hour? I said, maybe I could do an hour. He said, well, he said, are you done with your audio program? I said, well, not really. He said, well, just keep going on that. And you can pre-sell it. You just do a little flyer. He told me what to do. Do a little flyer. You just pre-sell it, even if it's not ready. Okay, no problem. I went there. Brothers and sisters, Allah bless me, rocked the house. Now, people that I thought were my mentors before I had all their audios and books, Brother Daryl, you know what they did? They came up to me and said, you know what, Rodney? One person in particular came up and said, Rodney, I don't know what it is about you, but you got something. She said, you got something. I don't know what it is, but you got something. And you deserve to share that with the world. So have you ever thought about doing this for a living? I said, no, ma'am. She said, you should really seriously consider doing this for a living. I went, whoa. I'm just an IT guy, 67,000 now. But I have a dream, something in my mind. It's something I'm seeing, a vision of something that I know I can do. And so what did I do? I started taking action. So you know what? Here's one thing, and I'll share this last couple points with you all. Remember I talked about the energy and the focused energy? I didn't wait before taking action on getting the domain. I didn't wait before starting writing articles and sharing the information I'm learning and new things. I didn't wait to start working with a coach and a mentor. I didn't wait. And so it took another 3 years, brothers and sisters. Listen to what I'm saying. It took another 3 years. I didn't know how it was going to happen, but you know what I did? Every morning that I woke up, every night before I went to bed, every time I went to the office I used to work in, I would imagine what my life would look like and feel like doing something different. I would put my mind, focus my attention on what I wanted, having a fixed focus on what I wanted to accomplish to the exclusion of everything else. Now, I didn't do it from a place of lack. I didn't say, well, I want to be a speaker and I'm not a speaker right now. That's not how I approached it. I just envisioned what my life looked like doing that, not walking through those hallways, not parking in that parking spot, not stealing these walls. And I would touch the walls and say, at some point, this is not going to be here. This is an illusion. This ain't even real. I did that every single day. I walked into those people building for 3 years. I felt what it felt like not driving down those same highways. I said, wow, at some point, I'm not going to be driving down these highways. This is crazy. I'm looking at all the cars and all the trees and all the stuff. I said, this won't even be a reality soon. This is crazy. And as Allah had it fixed, an opportunity presented itself. But I had to go through those 3 years of trial, if you will. Do you really want it? Are you going to keep your attention focused and fixed on it? Is the intensity still there? Is the fire still there? See, Allah, God, brothers and sisters, wants to bless you with the accomplishment of everything that you dream of right. Right? As long as it's not against the will of Allah, everything of right. Everything, Allah's going to give you everything you ask for in the full measure of it. So says the Holy Quran. Right? But what we have to do, brothers and sisters, in order to live our dreams, we have to, one, get the fire and compress it. Don't be scatterbrained about what we're doing. You have to be laser focused on what you are trying to work to accomplish. Keep the flame burning hot. Apply. You have to every day engage it and make it your dominant thought. If it is not your dominant thought, it becomes your secondary, third, fourth, all these other. And then what happens is real life kicks in. And then what's happening with the baby or what your daughter, son done did come up and all this stuff. You start focusing your attention on that. But you got to be able to get to that, deal with it, and move back to your primary focus. Those things sometimes become distractions to see if we really, really, really want to be where we say we want to be. So how you turn your dreams to reality, focus. Go turn the heat up and absolutely take action every single day. Don't wait, brothers and sisters. Don't dream it at night. You can dream it in the day, but it's better to just go ahead and take action on it. If the thought hits you, do it. Don't wait. I promise you, you'll see a remarkable change and transformation in how fast you get things done, how much more you can accomplish even by the end of the year if you do those few things. Thank you so much for watching, for listening. I'm going to swing it over, Brother Daryl. I am Rodney Asad Muhammad, your courage coach. Remember, no matter what else you do in life, you must always remember to cultivate the courage to roar. Peace.
All right. Thank you so very much, Brother Rodney. That was a powerful, powerful message. Like I said, I was watching attentively so I can get what he was saying, because I too am wondering how to take my dreams at the next level, at this level, into reality. So thank you so very much, Brother Rodney Asad, the courage coach. Brothers and sisters, I mean, this what he shared with you is what people spend hundreds of thousands of dollars to learn directly from him. Not Anthony Robbins. They spend hundreds and thousands of dollars to be coached by Rodney Asad Muhammad, and you got that for free here as a member at Black Wealth Empowerment Live. Brothers and sisters, we can't conclude this broadcast. We're probably gonna go a little bit over, so just be patient. We want to hear from one of our stars of our membership group, of our membership body, a sister who has qualified herself to be a co-host here. We didn't pick her out of default or who else we don't know and, randomly pulled her name out of a hat. Is because she has taken and implemented what she has learned from Black Wealth Empowerment Live and have taken it to the next level in her business. Sister Brandy, our membership coordinator, is going to share with us from her experience how she was able to take where she was before she became a member, take those ideas, those daydreaming. That's where I got it from, Courage Coach. You was talking about daydreaming in one of your posts. All right. Take her daydreaming and make it into reality. Because I can tell you, brothers and sisters, as I mentioned before, and the Courage Coach can tell you, because he's actually coached her several times, where she is today and her level of her business, her bakery business, is not where she was when she became a member. She has turned, and I'm sure has continued to turn her dreams into reality. Let's hear from my sister, our membership coordinator, right now for the remaining portion of tonight's broadcast. Sister Brandy, let the people know how you have turned your dreams into reality.
Yes, sir. Thanks, Brother Daryl. Great job, Brother Rodney. Again, praise be to Allah. Yep. So, brother, listen, the subject is so amazing. How to turn your dreams into reality. And so many times, I don't know if you all have a lot of dreams and goals, but one thing I would encourage each person to do is write those dreams and goals down, because we can say it all day and we can have a whole lot of dreams and ideas in our head, but until we actually write it down, it doesn't matter. And so for me, I've written my dreams and goals down and different things, and started here at one position, doing the bakery just on a small scale. Like I told you my story before, for many years, it was just a hobby. And so I baked around the holidays in particular. And then in 2016, we officially became, got our LLC and et cetera. But it was the process. But through the process, I didn't stop. And as Brother Rodney stated, I still take notes. And as Brother Rodney stated earlier, he said, take action daily. I was taking those actions to be successful. I was continually and continue to be a member of BWE and study and write down the different nuggets that are shared, because as you know, they build on one another. And so writing those things down, and I think last year or the year before, one of the brothers were talking about just learning about taxes, and Sister Shirley had got them. And she dealt with taxes. And so I decided I'm going to write that down and figure it out, and so we could be successful in our business. Don't take being a member of BWE lightly. By no means. It's absolutely 100% a beautiful and amazing opportunity for us all. Also, just remember, when you write your goals down, that's just like planting a seed. I have this little plant here, right? And so, it started with nothing. It was simply just putting a seed in there. And from the seed, it has grown and developed. And so from starting with nothing and it's growing, you always add to your plant, right? And so that's the same way Brother Rodney stated, just continuously doing something daily. And so daily I water a little plant so it can continue to grow. I still strive each day to write goals down, to continue to help feed those goals, to make my success a reality. I believe I told you all before, we're working on a social enterprise. And so a friend of mine, she has a 501c3, and she was just asking me like, okay, so what's the plan? Did you write it down? I'm like, it's in my head. What do you mean did I write it down? So from that conversation we've had, and from hearing from BWE members, and also Brother Darren, Brother Rodney before, writing those goals down is absolutely vital, and staying in the right place at the right time. Yes, being a part of BWE, constantly networking with the individuals and members that we have, and also the co-hosts. And in addition to that, making sure that you're reaching out to others that are in the group, because they will help you be successful as well. Being in the right circle. Brother Darrell or Brother Rodney, one of you guys has said it before. It's important not to A, tell everybody your dream, but B, it's just as important to make sure that you're in the right spaces. So, for example, I'm interested in working with a social enterprise. I'm not going to be talking to somebody who works at KFC about my social enterprise, right? Because they're not, and that's not the right sphere or right circle for me. I'm going to be working with those individuals who have been successful with with the social enterprises, so I can continue to and grow and develop. So when it's time, I'll be able to check off that goal and be like, yes, we did this, and we've been successful with it. Yes, we're successful in our bakery business. Why? Because we wrote those goals down and we planted those seeds and we filled the need and continued to add water. And I still do it to this day. I'm still in the process of always learning. It never stops. And so I always say, as a member of BWE, and yes, I am a co-host, but I still take notes because it's vital. It's good information. That's all I have to say. Don't take advantage of the opportunity that you have here. Brother Darrell said it many times. It's free right now. It may not always be free opportunity for you to gain the information and exposure that you get on BWE. But for right now, take the opportunity to learn, grow, and develop, and ask Brother Darrell, Brother Rodney, myself, questions so we can help you be successful in whatever you pursue to do. I mean, if that's a desire. If it's not, I keep my hands up and let you do what you do. And I promise, I love y'all. But we got to keep pushing for sure, because we're always striving. We want you to strive to get your reality. Leave from that dream to make your realities real for your family. I'm Sister Brandy Muhammad. Pray that you receive my message with the best of intentions. Have a blessed evening, everyone. I'm out.
All right. Thank you, Sister Brandy. Thank you so very much, brothers and sisters. That was powerful. I mean, you're hearing it from a person that actually is living how to turn your dreams into reality. That's not something that, like the Courage Coach says, she's authentic. She's not making it up. She's not shooting from the hip. She's not plucking from air and gasping for ideas on what to say. She is just sharing with you what her life experience has proven to be the right things to do, brothers and sisters. You know, that's a sign of intelligence when you can learn from someone else's experience. There's a saying, and I heard Courage Coach, and he mentioned about these sayings that we hear, that we haven't qualified them and probably got them from broke people, to say experiences is the best form of learning. You know, that's true, but you got to qualify that, right? Experience that you learn from other people's experiences is much more valuable than your experience, because you can't afford to experience everything that's required to be successful.
Brother Darrell.
But if you
Brother Darrell. Nah, this is a quick look to build off that right there. Our brother Nuri out of Indianapolis, Brother Dury, say bought knowledge and taught knowledge. Bought knowledge and taught knowledge. You got two ways you can gain this information: bought knowledge and taught knowledge. He said you won't taught knowledge, not bought knowledge. Because bought knowledge, you doing 25 to life. Taught knowledge is my cousin doing 25 to life, and I ain't going down that path. So you got to decide which way you want to play that. So yes, sir, Brother Darrell, you're absolutely right. Thank you for saying that. I just want to chime in on that. Bought knowledge and taught knowledge. Go ahead.
Absolutely. That's the beauty of live, brothers and sisters, you know. And see, that's what you're going to get here as we close out on this historical 123rd broadcast. See, we're going to break the mold, baby. I mean, that's the fingerprint of God. He breaks molds. He broke a mold when he made you. He broke a mold when he made me. He broke a mold when he made the 7 billion people that's on this planet Earth right now. So if you're not breaking molds, then you will never be successful in the true sense of the word, meaning as it pertains to the potential that God put in us, because we're trying to stay within. You can't stay within and break the mold. You can't contrast and expand at the same time, brothers and sisters. That's why you have to let go. You have to let go of all these hesitancies that we have. See, we're Courage Coach, come on and talk about one time, you know, you can't win living a contradictory life. It's just not possible. You can't say you want more. I want more money in my hands, but you got your hands closed like a fist. I want some more money in my hand, but you let one finger loose. Okay, that was a good message. Courage Coach and Sister Brandy said they right. So you just release two hands. Well, two fingers. Well, you ain't cup them together. You ain't about to hold nothing. Only water you gonna have the water that's residue on them two fingers. And that's not anything to plant with, like Sister Brandy said. You can't plant nothing on the residue water that's just selling on these two fingers, and they're gonna dry up real quick. Unless you open up all those hands and bring them together like this and cup them, do you have a chance of being able to carry your dreams into reality? Brothers and sisters, you're going to get message here and broken down like you never heard anywhere before. You know why? Because we got 300% chance of doing that, because we have three hosts, brothers and sisters, to bring you this inspirational message each and every broadcast, each and every episode. That's why we're breaking out of the mold. Coach told you, and by the time we do our family reunion, we would be up to whatever number, and then he would tell you where we sit as far as TV episodes and TV sitcoms. See, you got to understand, brothers and sisters, nothing is in vain, right? When you understand the bigger scheme of things. But if you got this tunnel vision, then you look for everything to manifest right now. And it's going to be hard as hell for you and I to turn our dreams into reality if we're going to put demands on the universe as if we have any power to do anything close to that. Either you and I submit to the laws of the universe, or we out of luck. So thank you for being here, brothers and sisters, for this very, very special broadcast, How to Turn Your Dreams into Reality. God willing, we'll be back with another powerful message. Watch the replay, share it, leave a comment in the private, elusive, exclusive Facebook group. We want to hear from you. We want to hear from you. As we roll out and as we go through these next several months, January 1st, we're going to start the weeding out process again. We're going to start trimming the fat. Why? Because it's a new year. And it's hard to expand. It's hard to break the mold if you got fat in the way, because you got to push through the fat. So you do better just burning that fat off of you, so you be lean and mean in 2018. Was that a rap, bro? Bro, Rodney, you had to help me with that, bro. You put some mass on that rap, bro. That's all I got.
Put a beat behind that. I think we own the song.
You never heard me say I was in the music industry. That's what you said. So go ahead and work with that, brother. And come back with a theme. Brothers and sisters, as a courage coach always says, if you're not having fun, then you're doing it wrong. You're doing it wrong, right? And you bring the spirit of fun to whatever you do. Don't expect for the fun to be there. It may be there when you get there. That's only because somebody else brought it. Don't put that responsibility on. If you have fun, you bring the fun everywhere you go. Thanks for being here, brothers and sisters. God willing, we'll see you next time here at Black Wealth Empowerment Live. And remember, we'll see you at the top, not from the top, because you, your family, but most importantly, our Black community deserves your very best. Stop giving your very best to everybody else. Take care. God bless.